doesn't love a good monster flick? It's not hard to be afraid of oversized animals. I'm sure this cat would be terrifying if it were a bit bigger. But what about animals that are already scary? Spiders? Nope. Rats? Nope. Anacondas? No. Do I even know you anymore? In 1997, director Luis Loza, Jon Voight, Jennifer Lopez, and Eric Stoltz brought us Anaconda. Why do movies still make us read text at the beginning? Okay, we can't all be Star Wars. We open in the Amazon, where a poacher, played by Danny Trejo, is attacked by an unseen creature on his boat.
I'm a snag.
Cut to our leads, former Fly Girl Jennifer Lopez as film director Terry Flores, and Eric Stoltz as Dr. Stephen Cale. They're part of a film crew shooting a documentary in the Amazon.
My man seemed to think that the tribe was somewhere around here, between these two tributaries. He'd found one of their markers.
Well, that's good.
Ice Cube is their camera guy. Ice Cube.
Not every day my homegirl from SC get to direct their own documentary.
The rest of their crew includes Owen Wilson, Carrie Wurr, and Jonathan Hyde as a snobby British narrator. They set off on their adventure down the Amazon.
Is it just me, or does the jungle make you really, really horny?
That is not something I want to hear in Owen Wilson's voice. They don't waste any time when they come across a stranded Paul Cerrone, played by Jon Voight. So the jungle's still making you horny over there? Can they telegraph any more that he's a bad guy? Look at what he does to the poor fish, and the horrors don't stop.
Where are you from, Mr. Cerrone? Paraguay.
Really?
I started out studying for the priesthood. But then, I needed to see the real world.
I know his accent is pretty terrible, but at least he sticks with it and he's pretty consistent. Never forget.
I missed you.
These two have a past, but screw that, our real star makes his entrance. Just in time to grab a lion for a snack. Ever pause a YouTube video on an awkward frame? Hey, knock that off. I think Glenn dropped something. Too soon?
Hey, hey! Ever touch a black man's radio, boy?
Cerrone takes him down the river, trying his best not to look evil, and failing. Meanwhile, two boneheads get off the boat to record sound, which they could have done from the boat. But if they did, they wouldn't have been able to fool around and get into trouble.
Do you hear that?
Snag.
Something chases them, but Cerrone saves them from what turns out to be a wild boar.
From now on, everybody stays on board at night, all right?
Never get out of the boat. Absolutely goddamn right.
The boat propeller gets jammed, so Cale dives into the water to cut themselves loose.
The only thing I'm really afraid of is a kangaroo Q.
Can do what?
Kangaroo Q. It's a tiny little catfish. Swims up into your urethra.
Never go to the Amazon. But something happens to him. Turns out he was stung by a wasp. In the mouth. Make sure you never go to the Amazon. Cale is okay, but pretty much out of commission for the rest of the movie. Now the mission is to get Cale to a doctor, so the kind and helpful Cerrone takes them to a shortcut. Not so short, they run into a wall.
That thing must be there for a reason.
But rather than turn around, they blow it up. Hey, somebody owns that wall. You think the blast would kill them?
You knew there were snakes here, didn't you, Cerrone?
It's the Amazon. I'm pretty sure there are snakes everywhere. Alright, they keep following this guy even though they don't fully trust him. Now they come to an abandoned boat. Look familiar? What's with the sudden Dutch angle? Is Batman here? Do you think that water's cold? Because there's an ice cube in it. So, the boat is full of incriminating stuff, but Cerrone is a master at not looking shifty. Okay, he couldn't look guiltier. But Mateo is snake food.
Snag.
40 minutes in and we finally get a snake attack. Wow, the effects really don't hold up.
Snakes don't eat people.
Oh, they don't?
Did he just flick her off? Yeah, he seriously just flicked her off. So they wait and see if their boat driver comes back. Spoiler, he don't. They move on, and Cerrone seduces Owen to the dark side with promises of money and fame for catching the snake. Hey, nose jobs ain't cheap. They have a mutiny, and Cerrone takes over. Their mission is now to catch the snake. Sorry, Jaws did this better. Cerrone battles the snake before it breaks free. But before it leaves, it tries to take an order to go. Owen is taken. Serves him right, the little traitor. Alright, that's just silly. So, they get the psycho knocked out. Do they throw him overboard? Nope. Will they regret that later? Yep. The boat gets stuck because we can't have things too easy now, can we? Baby Bird wants to kill Cerrone.
Aren't you gonna pray?
Never look in the eyes of those you kill.
But apparently he's a ninja and strangles her with a mouthful of crotch. Never ever go to the Amazon. And the narrator's a goner. Sweet mid-air catch, though. J-Lo saves Ice Cube by blowing apart the puppeteer's hand. Oops. Almost forgot the most dangerous creature here. Man. But surprise, look who's still in this movie. Cale wakes up long enough to stick him with a tranquilizer dart, and it's back to bed, young man.
Damn, the dart came out his back.
Guess who'll be back? Not you. Yes, the waterfall is going backwards. I am just stunned this got past them. They come to another dock, and they stop to look for some fuel.
We might have some fuel for us.
It's a trap!
Look, there's plenty of fuel in here.
Welcome.
See? A trap. Cerrone somehow managed to rifle butt two separate people unconscious and tie them both up. He's using them as bait, and he sweetens the deal with some sweet raspberry jam.
Monkey blood.
My mistake. Monkey blood. Run, there's a crane shot coming. A wild giant anaconda appears. Big shock, the snake J-Lo killed wasn't the big one. I'm pretty sure anacondas bite first, then coil around, but this one likes to spin people like tops. The trap is sprung. The poorly thought out trap is sprung. Cerrone is given a big hug.
Say ah.
That reminds me, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Leave a comment. The snake is right on her tail, but decides to lighten her load. What are you guys doing right after Thanksgiving? Leave another comment. Even the snake finds him unappetizing. Really? They lure the snake into a smokestack and blow it up. But a wild flaming snake appears. Maybe if she dunked her head, she wouldn't burn it. Never mind. Okay, one more. But Ice Cube gets to go all gangsta and pops a cap in the snake's ass. And by cap, I mean axe the puppeteer's good hand. Oh, look who decided to wake up. The good news is you probably don't have to pay like 80% of your crew. The bad news is you probably murdered these people's god. It would seem tacky to continue their original mission, but considering everything they've gone through, but who am I to judge? J-Lo's character was at times an okay leader, but mostly pretty naive. Ice Cube is a capable actor. He doesn't have a lot of range. Damn. But what he does do, he does pretty well. How funny was he in 21 Jump Street? Eric Stoltz has the least screen time and is the least interesting character. Jon Voight, subtle he is not. But obviously he's having fun with this role. The mustache twirling, the accent, the killer crotch. At least he was a satisfying villain to defeat. The rest of the cast, otherwise known as Floating Snake Buffet, are mostly a bunch of character tropes. You have the arrogant jerk who starts to come around right before getting eaten. Some people think just because they appear on camera they're better than everyone else. She's here to look pretty, provide some sex appeal, and die in Jon Voight's crotch. How many times have I said crotch in this review? Gary is the comic relief, and the quickest turn to the dark side since Anakin Skywalker. He started as a likable character, and suddenly he's holding a gun on his former friends. Glad he died. The animatronic snake looked pretty good, and the digital one was pretty groundbreaking at the time, but now it's not hard to see the flaws. For instance, the snake doesn't cast a shadow in some shots. And a lot of the effects just look silly. Or hilariously bad. I just didn't care about the people. I felt bad for the snakes. Hey, poacher, leave those snakes alone! It's pretty boring before the snake shows up. Even then, a lot of the tension building involves a Steadicam shot moving through the jungle. The snake, while interesting, is just an animal. The real monster is man.
This river can kill you in 1,000 ways.
And John Voight's accent coach, Bird! That was Anaconda. Don't want none, son. A 2 out of 5. Hope you enjoyed this review. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, you know you want to, and leave a comment below. This is theNewBee. Thanks for watching.